Now, we all know about the massive layoffs that's happening, especially in the tech industry. But the way Google just did this, you guys listen to this. So it says Google employees scramble for answers after layoffs hit long tenured and recently promoted employees. Recently promoted employees. So, as Google announced a company wide layoff, employees said they unexpectedly found their access cut off unexpectedly. So employees have rallied to find out who's been laid off while demanding answers from leadership. Company leadership must confront the outspoken employee base that remains, and they gotta have some type of answers, for the rest of the employees, because people are gonna often go wondering, well, who's next? Am I next? Messed up. I know a lot of people was hired during the pandemic, and now these companies are saying they no longer need these extra employees, and they're trying to slow the economy, meaning they have to get rid of a lot of workers. So it says Google employees are scrambling for answers from leadership and from colleagues as the company undergoes a massive layoff. So on Friday, we discussed the Alphabet owned Google announced that it was cutting 12,000 employees. So we discussed that, I think, in Saturday's video. So it says about 6% of them were the full-time workforce. While employees have been bracing for a potential layoff, they are questioning leadership about the criteria for layoffs that surprised some employees who woke up to find their access to company properties cut off, meaning they went to work and they all ready to go, start their day, and boom, swipe the key card. You cannot even get in the building. And this is from Google? Really? So it says some of the laid off employees have been long tenured or recently promoted. Go on to say after all of this happened, there was an email sent to employees Friday morning, saying that the responsibility, they feel as if they have a responsibility to reach out. Of course you did. Of course you do. You guys should have reached out before somebody try to get into the office and access denied and find out that they're laid off. So they said, save your questions for Monday, which is today. There will be bumps in the road, as they say. So they're going to have a town hall meeting scheduled for today. And it also said the company provided in fact for the layoffs, which CNBC has seen, but employees have complained that it doesn't give much detail on many answers. Of course, so fact, meaning when they have the frequently asked questions, and then I guess there's a section where you can go ahead to layoffs, and then you're supposed to get your answers there. But it didn't answer the employees' questions or ex-employees' questions. So the employees, they went asking questions. They trying to figure out who's been laid off. And the directors have been telling employees to hold questions for the town hall meeting today. So I said Google did not immediately respond to requests for comment. The scramble highlights the challenges Google could face in maintaining a supportive and productive company culture for its restive workforce of more than 160,000 full-time employees. Further confrontations are possible, as the company said its plans to lay off international employees, but has yet to determine which ones. So far in the U.S., employees have been laid off across business units, including Chrome, Cloud, and its experimental Area 120 unit. Some employees working on the company's artificial intelligence program were also laid off. So they're just laying off. All right, so here's some of the questions that they actually had. How were the layoffs decided? Great question. So one top rated question read, This negatively impacts the remaining Googlers who see someone with high recognition, positive reviews, promo, but still getting laid off. Another person asks, how much runaway are we hoping to gain with layoffs, right? Would you explain clearly what the layoffs allow Google to do that Google could not have done without the layoffs? And then another email said, I take full responsibility for the decisions that led us here. But what I want to know is, as far as the people that's actually being let off, that first or second question, what metrics were used to determine who was laid off? Or are they just picking and dropping? Because like they said, they have someone, it's people here with positive reviews and high recognition, and they still got laid off. And someone asks, what does taking full responsibility entail? Like, what does that mean? Responsibility without consequences seems like an empty platitude. Yes, you're right. Will anyone be stepping down? So they were supposed to be doing these bonuses. I heard that Google actually put a pause on some bonuses that's actually supposed to be paid out as well. So what is going on with Google? So we know there's a bunch of layoffs, y'all, a whole bunch of layoffs, but the way that they did it, that was dead wrong. It seems like they're just letting any and everybody go. They have their whole leadership pay cut. Alphabet, which is a partner of Google, they claim full responsibility for the decision, letting go of 12,000 workers. So, you guys, let me know what y'all think about these layoffs. It's not just Google, y'all. It's a bunch of companies that's doing layoffs right now. You can have a job one day and you can try to get in the next day, and then boom, you ain't got no access. That's pretty darn messed up. Now, since we on a subject of layoffs, you guys, some people are being laid off practically as soon as they accept the invitation to possibly, if it was their, old job, to possibly come back or a new job. So it says this person on TikTok, so he was explaining, for his tech job, remember, they going after a lot of these tech positions. What's happening is you got a job, that you feel as if you're secured. So what do? You go sign that new lease just to see that you're being laid off right away. It's ridiculous. So it says workers signed 12-month lease after workplace asked him to return to the office. He was laid off right after. This is exactly why I quit my job instead of moving back, someone said. So it says tech layoffs have been dominating the news cycle. So it also says earlier this week, Microsoft announced it will be laying off, we know, 10,000 employees already. And then Alphabet, they also said that they will be cutting 12,000 employees. And then Amazon is up to 18,000 employees, y'all. Amazon is the main company, and I keep saying this, they keep shooting up with these layoffs. And then Meta with the 11,000 layoffs. So it says these sudden layoffs has left many now former employees in an awkward position. So it's a video that's going around that I actually just told you guys about. When this guy named Darren, he said he was asked to return to work at his amazing tech job. Then he went to sign a 12-month lease to do so. Soon after, he claims he was laid off. Can you sue the heck out of them? Can you? Because this person obviously had to move in order to, obtain his position. And then he asks, so who's hiring? I don't want to watch the video because I do not want any copyright issues. So in the comments section, there's more people coming and saying, Mine laid everyone off through a Slack message and then told us to log out and wait for an email. So these are all claims. This is what people are saying. Then another person said, I signed a new apartment lease on Saturday, and then I got laid off on Tuesday. Open to suggestions. And then someone else says, no, because the way I found out about the layoffs on the news before the international announcement. And then, let's see. Some users claim that the possibility of suddenly losing their jobs is one of the reasons why they insist on not returning to the office. This is exactly why I quit my job instead of moving back, someone said. Someone make a statement, which is very much true. Jobs are really out here playing with people's lives. And there's like no help when this happens. That's what I was saying. Like, what can you do? Can you sue these people because you had to move and then you had to sign that 12-month lease that you're tied to? You know, if you sign a lease and you cannot get out of that lease, you can possibly be required to pay that money for 12 months. That's what happens when you sign leases. So it says, as someone who was considering the transition to tech, I will stay right here where I'm at. The layoffs in tech are scary. You know what? Let me know what you guys think about that too, because telling y'all these layoffs are happening left to right. Some of them we're not hearing about. Some of them are not mentioned in the mainstream media. And this can happen to anyone. And that's another reason why we all should be preparing. You just never know. At least having these things in your home while you do try to look for, employment. At least it's one less bill to worry about. You will have supplies. You will have food stocked up. You will have everything that you can possibly need in your home already. Just hopefully, there's another job to pay bills. There's assistance almost everywhere. But a lot of these assistance programs possibly won't cover everything that you possibly need as far as your bills and everything temporarily. And of course, it seems like they're trying to push more people onto unemployment. But like I said, being stocked up, being prepped, having everything in your home is one less thing to worry about. But these layoffs, they are ridiculous. They're ridiculous. So if you guys have experienced anything like this between 2022 and now, let us know in the comments down below. Let us know your experience. Because yeah, it's sad. It's really sad. But trying to slow the economy, but playing with people's lives at the same time, man, oh man.